Uh-huh. Well, who's there?
Good evening, peasant.
Oh, what up, Marius, my guy? What you doing? Just witch hunting? Check this out. This is Larry. This is my new mount.
Rattling. Step aside, citizen. I'll dispatch him.
No, Marius, be cool, man. It's just a pony. It's like a miniature horse.
Pony, eh? Beast of chaos! Away, foul thing!
No, it's just a pony. Just a regular pony.
A regular pony. So we can eat it.
Sigmar H. Christ. There are literally thousands of mini painting tutorials available on YouTube, so I won't waste your time with one here. I will, however, showcase my process and hopefully inspire you to get out and paint your warband. I do, however, have a unique trick that doesn't require an airbrush or necromantic incantations. In order to achieve a smooth zenithal prime, I invert the can and depress the valve until the mix of paint and propellant noticeably changes. At this point, I'm getting mostly propellant and very little paint. I picked this trick up in my misspent youth, and if you've ever seen graffiti with very fine lightning bolts or electricity, this is how it's achieved. What's coming out of the valve now is mostly propellant and medium and very little paint, so it acts like an ink. With this technique, I can achieve very smooth and very precise highlights with a rattle can. This technique requires a little bit of finesse and some practice, so don't try it out on your freshly minted warband. Instead, give it a shot on the side of your mom's house first. This is the palette that I'm using for both warbands in the project. It's actually the palette that I use for mainly everything that I do. The only thing that swaps out is the fluorescence in the corner. People are often curious as to exactly what paints I'm using, so for this I've got some Canter Blue, Incubi Darkness, and Screamer Pink. It's basically a blue, an emerald green, and a magenta. I've also got a primary yellow and a primary red. I've got the famous pale sand and a German gray that I really like. I use it for black because I can saturate it down to pure black or highlight it up easily. Here I've also got a glossy black and a pure white. There always seems to be fluorescent paint on my model. Sometimes it's a little more subdued and sometimes it's quite overt, but it always seems to be in there, so I keep a few of the popular ones at the ready. I'm usually not picky about brushes, but I gotta say, these 8404s, I can't stand them. This is a size 2 and I'm using it for today because I couldn't find a Series 7 anywhere in the province. I've also got these Citadel brushes, which are way better than I heard they were. I always put a very small drippy drop of dish soap in my paintbrush water as a surfactant and help clean the brushes a little bit. To put your brushes to bed at night, I do recommend a leave-in brush conditioner. I'm also a wet palette guy. It doesn't have to be fancy. This one once contained Ferrero Rochers, so I ate my way into a wet palette. Here I've got the 9 paints out that we're going to use today. I like to put my models on a homemade painting handle, even if 9 times out of 10 they end up falling off at some point during the process. It's better than handling the model the entire time. My biggest tip would probably be to get color-corrected lighting. An appropriate bulb can make a big difference in your painting. This doesn't mean you have to empty the piggy bank to get a fancy lamp. You just gotta go to the hardware store and get yourself something in the 4,000 to 5,000 Kelvin range. Okay gang, strap in. Like I said, this isn't a painting tutorial, but for the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you a mini painted from start to finish. The video is sped up, but this is my entire process, so if you have any questions, just leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to answer them at some point. So there it is, the whole process start to finish. There's the painted mini, and I guess we'll see you next time.